Good morning. Hello there. Coach Mel here, getting ready for our strength workout. Just kind of adjusting my camera a little bit here. All right. So here's what I have in store for you today. Strength workout, full body. First two rounds, we alternate between a lower body move and an upper body move. So I suggest if you have different size weights, when we do the lower body moves, you could probably pick up some heavier weights. And then upper body move, depending on what it is, you might need to adjust down a little bit to some lower weights. That's up to you. And if you only have one set of weights, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Just use that same set of weights. We're doing 40 seconds of work with 15 seconds rest in between. So we'll be not counting reps, but just going by time. So that means you go at your own pace. And then during that rest is when, if you're switching weights, you put down those weights and pick up your next set of weights. That's it. Pretty simple. So first round, a lower body move, an upper body move, a lower body move, an upper body move. 4 different moves hitting different body parts. Once we do that 3 times, we're going to do round 2, which will be in the same format, lower, upper, but they're all new moves. Same timing, 40 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Once we do round 2 3 times, then we do hardcore. So today's hardcore is all floor work. So I'm warning you about that now. If you don't want to join us for floor work, that's perfectly fine. That would end your workout, but I want you to do some stretching while we're doing our core work. If you want to join us for the core work, maybe have a mat so that you can be comfortable down on the floor. No weights, I don't believe. No weights needed for the floor work, for the core work. And remember, core is shoulders to butt. So it's not just the abs. A lot of people think core work is abs. It's not. It's that whole area. While it focuses on the abs, there are some other body parts being used as well. Like always, I will not have any music on in the background. I want to make sure that you can hear me. And there's a lot of rules on YouTube for that. So it's just easier for me not to have any. So if you like some motivational music, get that playlist ready because we're going to be starting in about a minute and a half. Have some water nearby, maybe a towel. I'm a little chilly right now, so I'm in long sleeves. There's a good chance it won't stay that way once we get moving some weights around. As always, if for some reason something hurts, stop doing it or lower your weights until there is no pain. And if you're not feeling well at any time, stop what you're doing, sit down, assess. Always listen to your body. That's super important. You want to be safe while you're working out. You don't want to get hurt and then not be able to do your workouts. All right. IQ, what muscles you should be using, where you should be squeezing, because we could move things a lot, but not really use our muscles and squeeze those muscles. So that's why I like to tell you where you should be feeling it, what you should be squeezing so that you get the most out of this workout. Full workout from beginning to end is going to be about 45 minutes. We always start with a warm-up, which is dynamic, moving around, and then we finish with some stretching at the end. I think it's time to get started. All right, we're going to start with a warm-up, and then I will get the timer on. I already have the timer down on the floor so that when we're down on the floor, I can actually see it. So when you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at is my timer. All right, let's get up and get moving. As always, let's start by marching it out. Oh, I'm going to bring that up just a little bit so my head's not quite so cut off. All right. There we go. All right. Pump those arms, lift those knees. It's funny because when I start the workout, I'm like, 45 minutes, that seems like so long. Before you know it, it'll be over. All right, bring it out wide. And again, this is a timed workout, not reps, so you don't have to keep up with me. Let's go in for 4, out for 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. Good. All right, last one, we're going to go to singles. In, out, out. Remember to swing those arms. Get the whole body moving. We're trying to get that heart rate going a little bit here. Now there's no cardio in this workout, but because we're going to be moving, we're going to do tap out, because we're going to be moving from a lower body move to an upper body move. You're going to feel that heart rate get up there a little bit. And there's not much rest. We're only resting 15 seconds in between moves. All right, tap that heel forward and turn so you can see heel down, toe up. That's it. Two more here. All right, reach it back with a tap, back with a tap. That's it. Good. Let's do a nice reach across. Now notice coming up off that back heel, rotating, upper body, lower body. Don't leave that foot down and leave the knee behind. That does not feel good. Side to side, side to side. So we have some multi-moves, I'll say, especially the lower body. Let's bring it out and in. So I'm going to show you the move and then follow along with me. If you get stuck at any point, that's all right. Just keep moving in a move that feels good to you. Good. Let's reach way up, way up, way up. That's it. Oh, goodness. Pardon me. All right, let's do just some air squats. So in the squat, push the butt back like you're going to sit in a chair. Just warming everything up head to toe. And now we're going to do a couple side pulses. So notice shoulders are facing forward. Biggest mistake people make here is they turn everything over to the side. That's not what I want. I want your shoulder, your hip, and your knee in a nice straight line. We're going to be doing squats and side squats right away in the first round. Good. Let's get one more each side. And let's do a hinge forward. So bring those feet on your hips. Hinge forward, flat back, straight legs. Got lost in thought there. And up, out, and up. Oh my goodness. I get some oxygen going in here. Let's get two more here. Last one. I want you to bring those feet out just a little bit more, and let's do across to the opposite knee. So again, getting some spine rotation. That's it. One more each side. And let's do a little knee raise, hip roll. So bring it up and around and down. Up and around and down. Use your range of motion. I definitely have a little better range on one side than the other. So when I get the cracks and the crunches. And let's get one more on each side. Good. And let's just do a little rotation. Let those arms ragdoll. Just swinging them. All right, I'm going to show you all of the moves for round one, and then I'll get the timer going and we'll get started. I want to show you ahead of time so that you have time to decide what weights you want to pick out. I'm going to grab a set of weights and just use that same set through all of them. It's not what I'm going to actually use, but I just want you to see where I'm holding the weights. So I'm going to grab some that hopefully are bright that you could see. All right, so we're going to start. This one has, like I said, multi-moves to it. So we're going to start with a squat. We're going to come up, step out, and go into that side lunge. We're going to go back to the center for a squat. We're going to come out to the other side, side lunge. I'm going to show you the side lunge from here so you can see I'm pushing my hips back. My shoulders are staying forward. Weight is in my heel. Don't need a huge range of motion. Do what works for you. That's number one. Second one, 90-degree lateral drop. So put those arms at 90 degrees. You're going to raise them up. You're going to drop and raise, drop and raise. I'm going to warn you right now, these are 6-pound weights. They're too heavy for me to do that one. So I'm probably going to grab my 4s off the wall when it comes to doing that. Light weights, because you have to hold one of the sides, right? Each side has a hold to it. So that makes that weight feel really heavy. All right, I got to turn this way for the next one. Reverse lunge, leg lift to a single leg deadlift. That's a lot. So here we go. Reverse lunge. All right, we're going to hinge ourselves forward a little bit, lift, and then come up. Other side. Hinge, lift, and come up. Now, on that lift, if you're feeling out of balance to bring that foot forward, keep your toe down and then just stand up. All right, so make sure that you have good balance there. Single side reverse row. So which way should I show you? I'm going to show you here. So first, my hands are going out, all right, and I'm going to pull up one side, up the other side. So one side at a time is going into a nice wide row. All right, that's the 4 moves. I'm already feeling like it's getting warm in here, so it's time to get rid of the long sleeve before we get started. Pick up some weights. We're going to start with that squat, side lunge, alternating squat in between each one, but alternating that side lunge. If you have heavier weights, this is a good time to pick them up. And then that second move, we're going to go with our lightest weights. All right, let's get that timer started. Squat, side lunge, squat, side lunge. The side lunge is alternating sides. And we start in 5 seconds. Remember, push those hips back, feet underneath your hips. 2, 1, here we go. Sink down, come out to the side. Press into that. Come back to the center, but keep your feet under your hips. Don't push them right against each other. Center, side. Try to keep the chest up as much as you can. Center, side. We're halfway. Center, side. Center, side. Good. Keep that going. And we've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're going to that lateral drop. I'm going to grab some lighter weights off my wall over here. So start at the arms at 90 degrees. Raise them up, and here we go. Drop and raise. Drop and raise. So slight bend in the knees. Belly button pulled in. No swinging here. Use your shoulder to hold the weight, to raise the weight. That's it. Nice and controlled. Keep everything nice and level. Coming back up to shoulder height. My elbow is locked in at 90 degrees. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right. We are going into our reverse leg lift and then hinge standing. I'm going to go to my heavier weights again. Now, step back, bring your hips, shoulders with you. Lift that back leg, hinge forward, and then stand. Other side. Back, lift, hinge forward, and stand. So when you first go back, try not to lean much, but then when you lift that back leg, you're leaning, balance right over that front leg, pushing up through your heel. Back, raise, stand. Back, 10 more seconds, raise and stand. Back, raise and stand. And again, you can keep that toe down and just stand. If that raise has you off balance, that's okay. And rest. Whew. All right. Wasn't watching the time, went a little extra on that one. All right. We're going to do our wide row, single side at a time. So hands out. Here we go. Row and row. So really pulling through the back, squeezing that shoulder blade, and then we're holding those weights out in front of us. That other one's waiting to go. Pull and pull. Pull. Good. Nice flat back. We are hinged forward a little bit. We got 4, 3, 2, last one. Woo! All right. We have a 30-second break in between sets in this round. This is a good opportunity to get a drink, get some different weights if you need them. Catch your breath just for a moment. All right, and then we're going to start in 10 seconds with the squat side lunge. Squat side lunge. So go ahead, bend those knees, pick up those weights. Feet under your hips. Start the squat in 2, 1. Here we go. Squat. Side lunge. Really pushing the weight into the heels, gliding the hips back. And out. Center. And out. Center. And out. That's it. Center and out. Center and out. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Resting. All right. I'm going to those light weights for this 90-degree drop. Wrists stay out in front of the elbows. We're going to lift them up. Here we go. Drop and raise. Drop and raise. Nice and controlled. No swinging of the arm. Drop and raise. Drop and raise. Excellent. Good. Slight bend in the knees, no locking out. Standing up nice and tall though. For the chest. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, so moving back to that reverse lunge, raise, and then stand. So I'm switching over to my heavier weights for that one. We start in 2, 1. Here we go. Step back, now hinge forward, raise, and stand. Step back first, hinge and raise, come up. So as you hinge and raise, you're really focusing all the way down that front leg in the heel, squeezing up the back of the leg, and stand. Back, hinge and raise, stand. Back, hinge and raise, stand. 5 more seconds. We can get 1 more in here. And rest. All right. Wide row. So we're going to be hinged forward a little bit for this. I'm going with some medium-sized weights. And 2, 1. Here we go. Pull one back. Pull the other back. One side. The other side. Weight in your heels. Squeeze the glutes. Pull. And pull. Pull. And pull. That's it. Excellent. Come this way. So I'm not twisting my upper body. I'm just letting that elbow come out and back. 2, 1, and resting. All right. Whew, 30-second break. We got to do that round one more time. Grabbing a quick drink. You feel your heart rate going up. You can tell I'm a little out of breath because I'm talking too, but you don't need cardio to get that heart rate going. All right, let's pick up our weights for that squat side lunge. We go in 2, 1, squat, side lunge, squat, side lunge. That's it. Squat, side lunge. 20 seconds to go. That's halfway. Good. And 3, 2, 1. All right. Bend the knees, put down those weights. I'm picking up my lighter weights for that 90-degree drop. If it gets too heavy, if you're using weights on this one and it's all that you have, then bring them up. And it's too heavy, just put them down. Do it just with your arm, right? So we're squeezing that shoulder, that cap, the outer cap, our deltoid. Up and down. Up, hold, down, hold. Woo, feeling it. So round 3, last time of doing this exercise, you should feel by the end of this one that that's all you got left is getting these last couple reps in. 2, 1, and rest. All right, I'm gonna put those weights away because I'm probably not gonna need them anymore. We're going into that reverse hinge with leg lift, stand. Grab your weights. 2, 1, here we go. Step back first, hinge and lift, and stand. Step back on the other side, hinge and lift, and stand. Back, hinge, lift. So try not to hinge until you're lifting that foot. Keep your shoulder over your hip while you step back, and then hinge and lift. Back, hinge and lift, and stand. 10 more seconds here. And let's get one more in. 2, 1, and resting. All right. I'm grabbing my weights for my wide row. Last time, I know by the end of this one, I'm really going to feel it. Little hinge forward, slight bend in the knees. And here we go. Row wide on one side, row wide on the other side. So pull that belly button in, protect the back. If your back hurts on this at any point, go into what's called a kickstand. So we're bringing one foot back. Keep that back nice and flat. Belly button pulled in. Good. Then come back here. Oops. One at a time. 10 seconds to go. Apparently I can't move and work out at the same time. And rest. All right. You guys have a nice long break while I explain to you what moves we have in round 2. So we're going to do a plie to releve. So this is the only time I do any type of ballet move. So heels in close together, weights are going to be here. We're going to bend to where you can, and then you're going to come all the way up on your toes. Bend and up. Try to get a little bit of a hold at the top of that. All right, overhead tricep extension. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it with one weight. I'm going to put down on my knees just so you can see. You're not going to go on your knees when you actually do this, but I want you to see. Behind the head and press it up. Behind the head, press it up. Pull your belly button in so your back is not arching, right? And this part of your arm stays nice and straight. All right. Heel lift and hydrant. Oh, I forgot that there was a floor move. I'm going to pause this so it doesn't start without us. I forgot that we have a floor move in this, but I'm going to show you how to do it on the wall, not on the floor. So you can do this one on the floor with or without a weight. Okay. If you do the weight, it's going to go right here behind your knee. Now we're going to do one side and then the other side. And then the last round, we're going to have to switch sides. So we're going to do heel lift, hydrant. Heel lift, hydrant. Okay. So we're going to stay on that one side. Second round, we'll do the other side. Third round, halfway through, we got to switch. You do that with or without a weight. If you're standing, You're going to go onto a wall. I'm going to go over here. Okay, you're going to go onto a wall. Same thing. Heel lift, and then out to the side hydrant. Heel lift, out to the side hydrant. Again, you don't have to use a weight for that one. Just really focus on squeezing. Excuse me, squeezing the glute. All right, last move, hammer curl. I'm going to show you with weights so you can see how I'm holding them. So palms are facing the sides of my thighs. I'm going to come up quick, and then I'm going to go down. Nice and slow. About a 4 count down, up quick, down, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's all the moves for round 2. We're going to start by holding weights here, right? Plie to releve. All you ballerinas out there, don't tell me that I'm doing it wrong because I know it's not a perfect one, but it's what we're doing. All right. Heels in. I don't quite have them touching. Here we go. Bend the knees go out over the toes, and then we push up onto our toes. Plie, releve. All right, nice and controlled. Good. I hold the weights just behind my knees so that I don't hit them. Try to take a little pause when you're up on your toes. I know it's hard. Push through your heels. Push the heels up. We have 8 more seconds here. And up. Down. And last one. And rest. All right, I'm picking up that single weight. I'm holding it on the sides. And I'm going to go up overhead. Keeping the arms as straight as I can. Pull that belly button in so you're not arching the back. Bend behind your head, straight up. Behind, straight up. Working the upper back of the arm so that part of your arm should be staying nice and still. Big exhale as you press up. Down, press up. Down, press up. Try not to move the top part of your arm forward. Keep that belly button in so your back is not arching. Press up with both arms. 3, 2, 1. And resting. Bring that weight down. All right, you are either on the floor or on the wall, with or without a weight. Lots of options here. I'm putting the weight behind my knee and then bending my knee. Keeping that knee at 90 degrees. Here we go. Lift the heel. And now hydrant out to the side. Heel, hydrant. I'm sure you can figure out why it's called hydrant. Heel, hydrant. Flex that foot. Lead with the heel. Squeeze the glutes. Hydrant. Now, if you can't do the hydrant, if your hip flexibility is not there, just do the heel lifts. Believe me, you'll still feel it. 10 more seconds. Hydrant. Heel, hydrant. 2, 1, and resting. All right, remember which side you did because we got to switch when we go to the next round. All right, hammer curl. Up, down nice and slow. I want that down to be about a 4 count. All right, here we go. Up quick, now down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Throw it up, down. Notice that that upper arm is not going anywhere, and I'm not throwing the weights with my body. Right? I'm making my bicep do all the work. 3, 2, 1. Pull it up, down. 3, 2, 1. Pull it up, down. 3, 2, 1. And resting. All right. Give yourself a break. You got 30 seconds here before we go back into that plie to releve. Going through lots of water today. All right, let's get ourselves set up. We got to start in 10 seconds. All right, toes out, heels in. Yes, your knees are going out over your toes. It's okay. 2, 1. Here we go. Plie. Releve. Ooh, lots of crunching and cracking there. You probably couldn't hear it. But I definitely got some toe cracks. Down and push it up. Down and push it up. Plie. Releve. We have 12 more seconds here. Down and press it up. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, single weight for that overhead. I need to go a little bit heavier on that one. Wasn't feeling it as much as I was hoping to. Pull the belly button in right there so your back is not arched. Here we go, up overhead. Then behind and straight up. Behind, straight up. Oh yeah, feeling this more. Also, keep your elbows in, right? We don't want to be out here. Nope. We want to be in, right by your head, behind your head. Push it up. Slight bend in the knees. Don't lock them out. You don't ever want to lock out those legs. Down. Press it out. We got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2. Let's finish that last one. And bring it down. All right. Remember I said you had to remember which side you were on. I'm turning myself around because I need to go to this side. On all fours or on the wall. Remember, you don't have to be on the floor. You don't have to use a weight. Here we go. Heel up. Flex that foot. Hydrant. Heel up. Hydrant. So be careful of arching your back here. We want to squeeze that glute as we're pressing up, and out. Up. So you may feel it in that stabilizer leg, right? Because that's keeping you balanced. So you're using the muscles in that leg as well. And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Woo. All right. Come on up for your hammer curl. Up fast, down slow. In 2, 1. Here we go. Up. Well, when you got to get up from the floor, doesn't give you much rest time, does it? Now remember, not a super hard grip on the weights, just enough to keep them in control. It's about squeezing the biceps. I want you to keep those elbows locked in by your side. We're not throwing those elbows forward because then we're going into the shoulders. Slight bend in the knees. Body is staying nice and still. Biceps are doing the work. And down. All right, we got 5 more seconds. Oof. And down. 2, 1, and resting. All right, folks, we got to do round 2 one more time, and then we go into hardcore. Oh. All right, let's pick up those weights. I'm just looking at our core moves, and I can give you some standing moves. So when we get there, heels in, toes out. Here we go. Plie to releve. Whew. Still crunching. And up. Down. And up. Down. And up. That's it. Down, push up through the heels, squeeze all the way up to the glutes. And then really feel it in the calves as you press up to your toes. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, we're going to take that one weight. I'm going to put my weights away as I'm done using them so I have room for that ab section. All right. Going, pull that belly button in. See, if I'm relaxed, my back is arched, but pull it in nice and flat. Behind the head, press it up. Behind the head, press it up. That's it. Keep that going. You got 12 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and resting. Woo! All right. I'm going to put that weight away. Oh, I put away the weight that I need. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, we're good. All right. Now, remember, this one halfway through, we're going to have to switch legs. Here we go. Up and out. I'm going to watch that timer. Up and out. Again, pull that belly button in. You don't want to arch your back. I'm looking down. Straight leg or straight neck. Up and out. We got 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. Switch to the other side. Right into it. Up and out. I don't usually do one-sided moves in this workout just because it's 3 sets and it's uneven, but I feel like you still get a good amount on this one. It's a quick switch and rest. All right, hammer curl, up quick, down slow. Last move for round 2. All right. 2, 1, here we go. Up quick, down nice and slow. Body is still. I don't want to see this to get those weights up, right? That's no good. That's not using your biceps. That's using the rest of your body. Up quick, down slow. Good. Up quick, down slow. Halfway. Up quick, down slow. Nice. All right, we got 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, here's what I'm going to do for the hard core. I know I said it's all floor work. It is all floor work. Once I show you the floor work, I'm going to stand up and show you some things that you could do. I got all of them figured out except the last one, so I'm going to make it up as I get there. All right, first move is called dead bug. I'm going to put this down on the floor so I can actually see it. It's dead bug. All right, so we are on our back, knees bent at 90, arms up. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Push your belly button in so your low back is touching the mat. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Opposite arm, opposite leg. All right, go to where you can. If you can't go that low with your leg, that's all right. Push it out and up. That's move 1. Move number 2, side hip dips. So you're going to come into a low plank. I better pause that because I got a lot of explaining to do. You're going to come into a low plank and you're going to dip and dip. Now, you could also do this one from your knees. Dip and dip. I probably will do it from my knees because my workout yesterday was all about planks and I'm a little bit sore. All right. Next one, alternating leg drop. I'm going to take my hands, put them right here under my butt. One up, one down. We're doing a drop and a raise. A drop and a raise. Now, if you want to put more into this, you crunch up. You're going to feel that more throughout your entire ab because we're engaging the top more by lifting and the bottom with that leg drop. Last one, crisscrosses. All right. So these 2 back to back, you're not going to be happy with me. We're going to come into that chin into the chest, and we're going to do some crisscrosses here. So up here, not as hard. Down here, harder. I'm going to float somewhere in the middle. Keep your low back pressed into the mat on that. Really important, those last 2. All right. If you do not want to do floor work, here we go. I'm going to show you how to do basically the same moves standing. All right, so the first one, dead bug, up, across, up, across. As you're pulling in, I want you to squeeze those abs and go across to the opposite knee. Number 2, side dips. You could use weights for this one if you want. Side to side, Really working those obliques. Number 3, straight leg drop. So this is a little bit harder, but we're going to do it here. Hold on to a wall if you need to, right? We're going to do leg lift, but I really want you to focus as you're lifting that leg to pull the abs in and do a squeeze. Last one, crisscross. I said I was going to make it up on the fly. I'm making it up on the fly. All right, crisscross. We're going to crisscross. Crisscross. I'm just tapping. But again, I'm focusing on pointing that toe, squeezing my abs as I do that cross. Okay? Still getting benefit from it. All right, I got to put the timer back on. We got a little bit of time still because I knew I was going to need to get myself a drink. All right. 3 rounds, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. No stopping. We don't have that 30 seconds in between sets this time. We go right through the whole thing 3 times. That's why it's called hardcore, all right? No joke here. If you ever need to take a break, you go right ahead. You're probably going to see me take some breaks. All right, we started 8 seconds. Can I move that over at all? Yeah, I can move that over a little bit. All right, arms up, knees at 90 degrees, or you're standing. Here we go. Opposite, out, and in. Push the low back into the mat, out and in, out and in. Remember I told you core was from your butt to your shoulders. That arm reaching up or overhead, really hitting that core, getting a little back in there. Ooh. Some shoulders and rest. All right, we are flipping over. Or if you want to grab some weights, you're going to do those standing side dips. I'm going to do these on my knees. So elbows and knees. Here we go. Side to side. Side to side. Notice my shoulders are staying nice and still. I have a nice straight neckline. I'm not here, right? We don't need to see down to our toes to see what's going on. I got to look over to the side to see the timer, to see that we have 10 seconds left, 9 seconds left. Side to side and rest. All right, single leg drop, or you're doing the raises if you're standing. So I'm going to put my hands under my butt. I'm not going to lift my head because I forgot what we had next. Here we go. Drop and raise. Drop and raise. Go down as far as you could go, but keeping your low back pressed into the mat. I have a slight bend in my knee. Again, not locking it out. We don't want to lock it out. Down and bring it up. Down and bring it up. We got 3, 2, and 1. 10-second rest. We don't leave this position, okay? So you're either going to do the standing tap across, or here we go. Tuck the chin, legs out, crisscross. Crisscross. Again, chin to chest, back pressed into the mat. Holy guacamole. Slight bend in the knees. Oh, we got 10 more seconds here. Ugh. The good thing is we actually don't have to flip over, so we do get that 10 seconds of rest and rest. All right. Woo, dead bug. Remember, it's only our 10 seconds. Knees up at 90 degrees, arms up straight, opposite arm, opposite leg. Here we go. Reach it out, reach it up. Again, keep that low back pressed into the mat. Out and up, out and up. Or you're standing, you're reaching that arm up overhead, lifting that opposite knee, and you're giving a little twist. 8 more seconds. 2, 1. Resting. All right, flipping over, or maybe grabbing some weights to do those standing side dips. In 2, 1. Here we go. Side to side. Side. If you can do this on your toes, please go right ahead. I know that I struggle to do that, so I'm doing it on my knees. but boy, am I feeling it in those abs. Make sure that you're not up here, right? We need to be nice and flat in our plank. No butts raised up in the air. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flipping it over. Single leg drops. Hands under the butt. Woo-wee. All right, here we go. Drop and raise. Drop and raise. Low back, press into the mat. Oh. 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 I think I'm going to feel this one tomorrow. Woo! But that's good. I like when that happens. All right, 8 more seconds here. Oh. Makes it all feel worthwhile. 2, 1. Resting. All right, only 10 seconds. You're going to do those crisscrosses, or you're standing, pointing that toe, going across. Here we go. Chin to chest, legs up and out, crisscross. 1 over, 1 under, and then switch it. 1 over, 1 under, 1 over, 1 under. Oh, holy moly. If you need to take a quick break, go ahead. I needed to. Just for that second, right? You feel that burn. And 2, 1, resting. All right, last time through, which means 2 minutes here of work. Arms up, knees up. Here we go, opposites. Out and bring it up. Out and bring it up. Now, I could get lazy here and let my back come up off the floor. Oh, don't do that. We don't want to hurt a back here. Oh. 10 more seconds. Oh. Oh. 3, 2, and 1. Flip it over. Struggle bus, struggle bus, struggle bus. The last round, we can do this. 2, 1, here we go. I call this section hardcore for a reason, right? We're here just for a few minutes. I can't make it easy on you. Oh, oh, this is one heck of a finisher, that's for sure. Oh, oh, you guys keep me accountable. It hurts and I want to stop, but I'm going to keep going. Oh. 3, 2, 1. All right, flip it over. 2 moves left. 1 minute of work. Hands under the butt. Legs straight up. Slight bend. Here we go. Drop and raise. Drop and raise. Again, we're making sure that that back stays pressed into the mat. Drop and raise. Drop and raise. 3, 2, and 1. All right, last 30 seconds of work. Oh, thank goodness. Tuck the chin back into the mat, legs up and out. Here we go, crisscross. I'm probably a little higher than I was in round 1 because, boy, my abs, they are fire. Oh, 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 I want this to be over. Oh. 9 more seconds. I'm glad I waited to look. I thought it was going to be more than that. Last little bit. 2, 1, and done. Oh, I am so glad that that's over. All right. Arms up overhead. Legs out straight. Now you can just, if you're standing, just reach up overhead. Just make yourself as long as you can. If you're down on the floor, let your back take its natural arch now. We're not pushing it into the mat anymore, but just make yourself nice and long. Stretch yourself out. Oh, it feels so good. Oh. All right, we're going to slowly roll ourselves up. Hardcore. Yeah. Very good name. All right. Let's get ourselves up nice and slowly so we can do some stretching here. Woo! All right. Take your time on that. I'm going to get a quick sip before we start our stretching. We're going to start in that split stance. I want you to pull up the heel, roll the hips forward. Right up there in that hip flexor. Hang out there for a moment. Don't anyway. Stay right there. Heel down. Nice straight leg now. Heels all the way to the floor. Hinge forward. Oh, feel that stretch in the calf. Yes. That's what we want. From there, I want you to rock back on that front heel, straighten that front leg, hinge forward. You don't have to reach for the toe, but you can. We're stretching that hamstring, the upper back of the leg. Slowly come up from that. Let's switch and put the other foot back. Lift the heel, bend the knee, roll those hips forward. Wow, I got some hair doing all kinds of funky things here. It's all good. Push your heel to the floor, hinge forward. Rock back on your front heel, heel down, toe up, hinge towards your toe. All right, slowly roll yourself up, feet out wide, toes facing forward. Come on over to the side. This time I do want you to hinge forward. I want you to feel it in the inner thigh. Toes are facing forward, shoulders are forward. I'm hinged, but I'm keeping my head higher than my heart. Let's bring it to the other side. Let's reach out in front. And let your arms just hang down. Rotate your toes out, hands up above your knees. Roll that shoulder forward. Other side. And roll yourself up. Step in. Arms out nice and wide. That was a full body workout with a heck of a lot of core at the end there. Push those arms out, back and down. That was good. Hope you liked it. Arm across the front, pull it in, sink it down. Let's bring it across the other side, pull it in, sink it down. We got biceps, we got back, we got triceps. We hit everything. Up and back, give a little tug. Other side. Let's blast that up with an inhale and a big exhale. All right, well, thank you for joining me for this full body strength workout. Now, one of the things that I haven't been mentioning lately is that we need to go make good decisions in the kitchen, right? Our eating has to be in balance with our workouts, because if we do all this work and then we go blow it and eat a bunch of crap that we shouldn't eat, kind of takes away the point of doing this. So pay attention to what you're eating. You know what? Start with portions. That's one of our biggest problems, is we just eat too big of a portion. So maybe, put a portion on your plate, and then I want you to take maybe a quarter of it off. That's probably more like what an actual portion should be. I'm working on it. I hope you work on that as well as doing your workouts. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm here to help you be healthy before you need to be healthy. Hope you come back again real soon. Thanks for being with me. Bye, everyone.